Whew. Chilly today in Dad's workshop. Let's rough this up a little bit. Mike, what's up? Bucksin Cal. Just roughing up the bottom of this flip-flop here. Gonna put this piece of cork on there like this with this barge cement. If I get it open. If I can get it open, I don't know. Holy smokes. One of these deals. It's so small. Here we go. It's my hand size. See, I did a hem along the edges just to strengthen the edge because this leather's not very. I want to get a lot more than that. I'm not too worried. I can scrape it off this surface, but I want it all over here, and I don't want it to start to. Well, I guess you kind of do with contact cement. You kind of do want it to start to get to its setting period. I'm learning right now, so I don't know much about how this glue behaves. I can zoom in so y'all can see without it hardening on me. This is barge cement, so we'll see how it does here. I'll get it all over. It looks like it's actually starting to want to set. So see, maybe I'm going to try to give this just a really quick coat here. It's kind of dry in some spots. We'll see if we pay for that. Welcome to Dad's Workshop, where we are attaching a cork midsole to a flip-flop that I'm making out of leather here. I'm going to put some pressure down on this, I think. Maybe even clamp a board down. I'll use my woodworking stuff, you know. I got this piece of ash right here. It's a real hot piece of ash. I'm going to clamp this. You all can't see that though, so it's not helpful to you. If I back it up just a little bit, I'm going to take this, and without clamping my other part of my bench down, that's not very helpful, is it? Oh, wow. Something like that, huh? I'm gonna let this set for 24 full hours, I think. know if y'all can see or not right there. There's a spot right here that's naked, doesn't have any cement in it. I don't want it to stick to the wood. Hold on. Can't glue it to the wood. Sorry, camera. All right, this is what we'll do for now. Ta-da! Yeah, like that. Don't even need the big clamps. Bucksin Cal. Dad's Workshop. My name is Calvin, but I'm also sometimes referred to as Buckskin Cal. Why? Because I have been known to like buckskins a little bit. This is what we just did here. We took this, which is deer leather, right? I'm making a flip-flop, like a slide style flip-flop on a deer leather. And I took a piece of cork here, and I'm attaching this cork as a midsole. Now, right here, it doesn't look like it's sticking very well, but this stuff attaches over time. Kind of takes a little while to set. I'm just becoming familiar with it. It does seem like it behaves like rubber cement, so maybe that's what it is. Just a fancy kind of rubber cement. So even right there, I look like I'm here in the front. I bet you probably need a pretty even coat of that stuff on there. Press together, pull apart, and allow to tack up to 5. You're right, man. Mike, you're right about that. So pull apart, stick together. This right here. I'm not put on both sides. I got it a little bit on both sides. I was a little sloppy with my application. Pull it apart and allow to tack up for 5 to 10 minutes. I've heard that too. It worked on my other one pretty well. We'll pull it apart for a minute. 5 to 10 minutes, huh? We need that much time? What it do, Babaloo? What's up, man? Is it 5 minutes yet, Mike? I'm trying to make sure it's spread evenly. I try to rough up that one leather sole there. Here's my other one that hasn't been hemmed yet. This is where the contact cement was applied and it was stitched yesterday through the back, right? Cedar grow box, man. What are you growing in those grow boxes, man? What are you growing in those cedar grow boxes, bro? What are you growing in those? You going live in a few minutes? Critter getter. Welcome. Welcome. I'm in limbo right now because I gotta let these. I guess I gotta let it get to tacky. It seems like that's maybe not tacky yet. Is that tacky, Mike? Tacky enough? Wild fluctuations in viewers. As my brother says in the content mines. Wild fluctuations. How's everybody doing? My name is Calvin. What's your name? This is Dad's Workshop. If your name is Calvin too, you get extra brownie points. But don't lie. Letting it sit to get tacky. I'm letting it sit to get tacky right now, Mike. Cedar. Mike is making stuff. Aloysius. If you're a good Catholic, that may actually be your name. You never know. Oh, good Catholic. We can talk again like we did yesterday. I did have an Irish guest on me live stream yesterday. Luke McGlynn White from Dublin. Luke McGlynn White. I think it did get a little tacky now. Putting some pressure on it, y'all. That's pronounced Catholic. I did know somebody with the middle name of Aloysius. What's up, everybody? My name's Calvin. This is Dad's Workshop while we're in limbo. Double tap that screen, like this video. I'm going to get into scraping some buckskin here in a second. I just want to make sure I've got this thing on the way to setting. I think it is on the way to setting now. This may never set. I don't think this is ever going to adhere there, but it'll adhere there, and this will get cut away. Just a smidge or more leather will be added, and then there will be a sole on here, and not a sole like you have. A sole like is on your foot, not in your heart. Oh, did I just hit my microphone? Sorry. It's been a sleepy day for me, man. It's been a sleepy day. I'm trying to get excited for things. Trying to get excited, y'all. Trying to do stuff. Do things and stuff and things. Get things done, you know? All those good American values that we have. Stuff and things. Things and stuff. Hey, hold on. Let me do some soul searching real quick. Seems all right. Ooh, wow, it's crackling today again. We need to get some fat liqueur on this, or as Cedar likes to call it, fat liquor. The mullet is business in the front, party in the back. What was it, a speakeasy that's liquor in the front, party in the back? Liquor in the front, park around back. Liquor in the front, park around back. Don't you all love it when I amuse myself? Cedar told me to say all that. Cedar! He's got me out here sinning. Mims in the house. Mims is in the house. Oh no, it's liquor in the front, poker in the back. It's a legal casino. Right? And the mullet is business in the front, party in the back. I'm just trying to organize in my head the ones with stuff going on in the back, you know. Just help me, you know. If you would help me, I wouldn't have to deal with it. Apparently, there's a distillery that will sell 4-year-old bourbon by the entire barrel. Well, that's a good ass price if you're gonna age it, you know. The other thing is, the Scots buy the barrels for Scotch from the U.S. My understanding is, obviously, they don't have white oak over there, so they buy either old wine barrels from over here, or they use old whiskey bourbon barrels from over here, which I don't know how that doesn't mess their, not mess their Scotch up, but get corn into their Scotch. Because here's the difference between bourbon and Scotch is the inclusion of corn, really. Here in the U.S., we include corn, but it's not necessarily that. It's just that it's made in the U.S. makes it bourbon, right? Whiskey, grain whiskey made in the U.S. is bourbon. But really, if you're looking on a smaller level, and the Scotch are using only the cereal grains. And I don't mean corn. They're not using maize corn. They're using barley and rye and probably just wheat, really, right? Because you guys can help me with that part. $4K for 53 gallons. So think about how much 1 gallon of expensive bourbon would cost. It could be hundreds of dollars, right? And you multiply that by 53, you could end up with a price tag in the, let's say $100 for a gallon of nice bourbon. It's more than that though. And then 53 gallons, that's 5,300 right there. So how much are you saving there? You're saving 1,300, right? But let's say it's about 1.5 times that amount. So let's say each gallon of bourbon is $1.50, right? And I mean $150. You're getting $1.50 per gallon, $150 per gallon. You're getting 53 gallons. So 53. It's around about what 7,500 or something, around that number. Yes, to a handle. Break it down to how much is in a handle. Think about that, and then just do some math. Don't do drunk math. You know. I don't think it's that bad a price. And if you're shipping it, how do you get it shipped to you? And by the time you get it to the bottom, it'll be what? Nah, don't even get to the bottom, man. You get 2 barrels and you put the 1 barrel aside and you let that age. Now, as whiskey ages in a barrel, you lose whiskey. So they have to always be checking to see how much whiskey is left in the barrel, because it evaporates and goes into the wood. The more you age, you could get your own barrels. Look, Mike, you could actually get your own barrels from a cooper, and then just either make your own whiskey or take your own bottled whiskey and actually pour it into the some bitch and actually age really already finely aged whiskey in your own barrel. And it's your own vintage, really, you know. It's your own private stock. Get a whole rack of barrels set up. Either make your own whiskey or get somebody to make it for you and just age it in there. I don't think there's a law against that for yourself as long as you don't sell it. Maybe true. ATF doesn't like all that stuff. Shout out ATF agents. Yeah, buy the handle. How much is a handle of the finest bourbon? I'll have a handle of your finest bourbon. I used to have a couple bottles of Glenmorangie that I had around. That was, you know, real Scotch. 21-year-old. But that got drank up for special occasions, so. Mike Osborne said, I think you can distill 4 gallons a year for personal. That makes sense. So you just push the limit a little bit. No, always follow your local laws and regulations. Always follow your local laws and regulations, man. I like that disclaimer. Don't be an outlaw, bro. Everyone likes it. I mean, no one likes an outlaw. Did I just cut myself with this thing? I just sliced myself. I don't usually do that. Scrape a lot of buckskin. Or my name is Buckskin Whiskey Cal with a whiskey soak voice. I want a whiskey soak voice. I'm talking like this. Well, I suppose I could. My grandfather had that kind of voice. I didn't even drink that much. Oh, get over here. That's the way you talk. Hurts. Get over here. Yeah. Boy, I suppose. That's the way he sounded. I gotta get the tractor. I gotta get the tractor from the field. Oh wow! You know, my grandmother was like a little bit nicer, more easier country version of Edith from All in the Family. Nobody wants to hear what you have to say. My grandmother would just not care. She carried the room, man. Oh, you don't know anything. That's the way she was. There'd be men in the room and all kinds of people in the room, and she would just be, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Eighth grade education. She was smart. Like that stories about my family. Buckskin Cal shares stories of his family. Don't be wowed by the fact that they put resin on the top of the bottle. Mike is maker's mark. Mike is making marks. Mike liked maker's mark. I came out here today. This thing was rough. I want to put that clamp back on though, and I'm gonna scrape it over the clamp again. I think that was working pretty well. Also, we can put it up on the beam. I think that would be nice. That would be nice, don't you think so? I think that would be nice. Kevin said, hey, Bucksin Cal and Miss Heather, how's everyone doing today? We're doing well. Hello, Rob. How's Rob doing? Put our beam up here, y'all. And then I'll kind of spray it and scrape it and spray it and scrape it and spray it and scrape it on the beam. On this beam, this rail here. It's been helpful for this. And I can keep it close to my face where I can see it. That's where I see stuff, really close to my face. Are we still sticking? Is our flip-flop? Flip-flop is still sticking right now. If it doesn't stick, it's Mike Osborne's fault. Because he told me how to do it. Beef jerky time. Much easier on my back. I kind of told myself I was going to make a fat emulsion today, but I did not. I've done it a few times. It's not like this one's only gotten one coat, one treatment of it though. I do think it would affect this thing positively to give it another go in the brain tanning material. Still grain coming off, which is typical. Remember, this is the one that I won't call it butchered, this animal, because there wasn't enough left of it to do that. But this is the one I just picked up. Well, I guess there was. I did have to cut it up, and that was disgusting. But this one was like less than a month ago. I think it was less than a month ago. Maybe it was more. Time goes by so slowly, and time can do so much. Did you get your taxes back, Mike? Mike got his taxes back. Mim's got his taxes back. That's why he's talking about buying whiskey by the barrel. I get my taxes back. Whiskey. So I've been thinking about saving, starting a college fund, and whiskey. $50% discount on life. I know, man, when I used to get tax money back, some of the strange internet searches you would find if you were to go through my search history. I'm nothing creepy. But like, I mean, I'll just leave it at that. I don't need to say any disclaimers. It was you know, like crazy stuff. Like I remember one time I went on a kick where I wanted to buy a hot air balloon with my tax return. Yeah. So I was looking into, all of the things that it might take to learn how to fly said single person hot air balloon. What do y'all think about that? Is Cedar saying sure to Mike? Don't say sure to me. I ain't saying it. Mike's the one that's saying it's not taxes. It's not his taxes. Whiskey, 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 and whiskey. All of the things I invested in with my tax return. No, I did not. I mean, one of the things I definitely looked up stills and ladies and gentlemen, ATF, everyone. I do not distill whiskey. I don't even drink. So don't worry about that, guys. But I definitely have looked it up, and it was probably after I got my taxes back. Whiskey stills and barrels. Then started reading up on cooperage, coopering. Out there, people who are out there coopering. I think maybe a hot air balloon thing went a little too far. When the Coast Guard has to get called in, it maybe goes a little bit too far. Just a smidge. Just wanted to do something fun with my taxes. See, I'm on a price analyze thing. I looked at it. I was like, okay, skydiving lessons, $200 for one tandem jump. And then I could get a package for $3,000 where they take me on a couple jumps. And I said, it's cheaper? Hot air balloon. Which one's cheaper? Just straight up. Price compare right there. Hot air balloon, easier. Simple. It's easy. You buy yourself a hot air balloon and take yourself up. What do you need a professional pilot? Professional schmurprofessional. Schmurprofessional. I mean, who cares? That's not one of those words you can do that with, is it? Pro schmo. Who? Sure. Okay, Lake Effect Blues. Who is this? This is Western New York. Ralph, that's right, Ralph. New username for Ralph. We are good, man. How are you, Ralph? Critter Gator was in here a couple minutes ago. Critter Gator. Getting used to that new username. Some discoloration right here. I'm wondering about why I have that. Might be a matter of just scraping. Look up. Mike said, I seem like a freaking know-it-all, but I lived for years in Albuquerque, so they have a huge balloon. No, Mike, I believe you. That's cool. What an experience. Yeah, and you know what the rule is, you have to actually have an FAA pilot's license to fly with other people in your balloon. There's ways to make it really safe, but there's always the danger that the balloon, what was referred to as the envelope, will set aflame or break. The stitching is kind of important. I've watched them there's videos on them stitching those envelopes together. Pretty amazing. They put them through a machine, like think of a regular sewing machine, sewing a huge balloon. I mean, obviously you don't have a giant, so you can't have a giant sewing machine. You need a giant on staff to work your giant sewing machine. And then when it comes to having a giant on staff, we just don't have that. You know? He's off grinding bones to make bread and stuff. I'll grind your bones to make my bread. Man, the stories they used to tell us before bedtime scare the mess out of us, man. Grinding bones to make bread? That doesn't even taste good. It doesn't even sound like it tastes good. Who wants bones in their bread? Besides, I don't know, maybe they're the right bones. Nutritious bones. A nutritious bone or two. I'm sure Paul Cedar Grow Box wouldn't turn down a nutritious bone or two, right? That's why you don't stop watching. Did y'all hear about the Irishman at the bar? I know where it's after St. Patrick's Day, but the Irishman, Irishman went to a bar. You'd go to the bar, you would order 3 pints of Guinness, one for him, one for his two brothers. He had a brother in America, a brother in Australia. I'll have 3 pints, one for me brother in America and one for me brother in Australia. He has 3 pints. Then he came back and he said, went to the bartender, said, I'll have 2 pints. The bartender said, why? I quit drinking. What's up?
Just because of chat being locked, I don't know where you're at. I have depression, but Mike Mims knows someone who does have a single hot air.
Oh yeah, I was reading that. Yeah, I read that.
I was like, no, for him. I'm speaking for Calvin. No.
Nah, I'm I think I probably would have gotten scared as soon as I got it set up. As soon as that thing lifts off the ground, I'm like, oh, no. Yes. As soon as I get off the ground, I recall that I'm the one who's actually responsible for the engineering of the craft, and I have a crippling fear of heights. Wow, gee, I hope this doesn't end up like one of those awful videos where the balloon sets on fire and you watch the people fall all the way to the ground. Yeah. Man, when they landed those World War II guys in the gliders, it was worse than having a parachute. I had one of my great uncles was one of those guys. I think he flew the glider. They weren't pilots. Like, they just put Army guys in these gliders and were like, just land it as good as you can. Land it in the safest spot. It's going to crash. A couple of you may die. If you can stumble out of there and kill some Germans, do it. Right? And they gave them planes. Imagine someone putting you 10,000 feet in the air with no engine. Like, do your best. They had to say the yoke was like one stick. And we got after the Japanese about kamikaze pilots, man. So funny. Those guys, man, those gliders. Mike might know about that since he's probably got a little sense of military history. Oh, but that's the safest part. Because you're riding on hot air. You've got the hot air in the top of the envelope, and even if it cools, you just sink slightly, right? As the air cools, you just sink. So you're just keeping that hot air in the top of the balloon. So it's the burner firing that's the dangerous part. Once the burner not firing, you're up there with the safest physics possible, basically. You know, slow loft. Yeah. Oh, I built this one with my grill, y'all. I got a new grill, and my wife sewed the balloon, too. Doesn't it look good?
Are you happy to be this high up with me right now? No landing, controlled crashing, falling style.
That's right. Controlled free fall. Get out from behind here. I know you're looking for little scraps of meat. I got a couple little rotten scraps of squirrel that you all might like. That have been drying to stink just for you guys.
Mike said, you know, like we do a live Silent Wings. We do have a whole museum that
I love that stuff. I love aviation and the cool things about it, but I am scared of heights. Heather's right. I like reading about Everest and K2, and I would never do that stuff. A lot of stuff I'll do. A lot of stuff Buckskin Cal to get into. A lot of stuff Buckskin Cal to get into. But none of that stuff. I'm like, when it comes to actually doing these scary things, I've turned out to be like Mina Savari from American Beauty and just completely not be what you expected. Does it go real high? How high? I don't know. I mean, I remember being at the state fair in Minnesota and people were about to bungee jump. And they were all in there yapping, you know, laughing. It was like gallows humor. And I remember thinking how I would be terrified, man. I don't know. There's past lives, I was some on the ground. Nagy 412. What I'm doing is scraping buckskin, or what's called frizzing buckskin. This is a piece of leather or buckskin right here that's just been processed. What I'm doing is scraping all the grain off of it, which is just a very long, laborious process till it gets soft, and it's like, I'll show you the result. That's a good question, man. I mean, I'm glad you asked me what I'm doing. So it gets like this eventually, right? Real soft, just real, you know, nice, and see how that is? Supple like fabric. That's what I'm doing. Oh, thanks, Benny. Benny, I have seen you around though. I ran those ones through a dryer on cold cycle for hours at a time, though I haven't done that with this one yet. I wonder if that was, I don't feel like that did that much, but maybe it did. Just tumble it in the dryer. Benny and the Jets. Oh, I get it. Where's the Jets? Man, you know these kids don't know nothing about that, Mike. Even I only vaguely know what that is. Is that a musical group? Like a doo-wop group? Yeah, that's right. It's an Elton John song. But do you old timers? I'm not an old timer. You an old timer, old timer. Dreams can come true. They can happen to you if you're young at heart. That's, man, I'm out of the loop. Pitches, I'm losing it. Gotta be young at heart, man. Old of mind and old of body. Right? That's right. Benny and the Jets, an Elton John hit. Yeah, this is the side that's going to do it right here. It's just really matted. These edges I want to get with a cable real bad. What you would do is string a cable up. I did the other ones with cable too, so that's another reason they got real soft. I rigged the cable up and pulled them back and forth on it. But I swear the most effective method I had was scraping by hand. Just scraping the whole hide repeatedly by hand, getting it wet, doing it again. This little spot, I should never have put this up on my, I put this up on my fleshing beam overnight. It put this spot in it. It's basically, I got a nipple in the middle of it, man. It needs to be re-stretched. Pain in the ass, man. Look from Ireland, welcome, welcome. I bet it's a wee bit late there on the Emerald Isle now. Probably around midnight, right? Around midnight, there's the name of another song. When I was a little kid, all I had to listen to was my parents' record collection and radio. And I don't think we really had radio hooked up in the house. So it was, well, maybe. We had those old school stereos, you know, silvery wood grain things. And my parents had like only certain albums. So they did have the Elton John Greatest Hits album. They had Elvis Gold. They had Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band, like his most famous album. There was a John Denver album, then a John Denver and the John Denver and the Muppets Christmas album. I don't know if y'all ever heard that one. It's just Kermit and John Denver and Miss Piggy and John Denver and all that. I'm sure. Pretty famous album at the time. Then it was Simon and Garfunkel. And my dad had a couple like albums and a couple tapes, and we had 8 tracks too. I can't remember. There was an 8-track tape of Inagata da Vida, baby. Oh, you know that one? Benny Goodman. I do know Benny Goodman as well. But I don't. That's not who Benny and the Jets is named after. Benny Goodman was a swing band leader. First band leader to integrate his orchestra. And he put he was so impressed when he saw Lionel Hampton, the vibraphone player, that he wanted Lionel Hampton in the band. So Benny Goodman integrated his band by adding Lionel Hampton. If you don't know who that is, Google him. Watch him play the vibraphone. He only died a few years ago, I think. He's pretty old. Yeah. Kevin L said, your mom and dad listen to awesome music. There was also some ones in there that were kind of weird, like ABBA and Crystal Gale. Those ones I didn't really listen to. We had, I had some like Vincent Price Suspense record from the 30s or 40s. That one I would listen to get scared, get myself like scared. Anybody who grew up in the 80s and remember their parents' record collection? Because, I mean, they may still own those records. It's possible they're out there. That my parents keep stuff forever. I'll bring them out here and show y'all the physical copies. I've never heard of that song by Jack Lukeman, and his song is called We Only Have Love from the album called I've never heard of such a thing there, Luke. I could be oblivious, though. Nah, on that Simon and Garfunkel album, I was like, I had Mrs. Robinson on heavy repeat over and over again. That song appealed to me as a little guy. Oh, also, my parents had the Peter, Paul, and Mary albums and a couple other folk artist albums. Oh, their favorite artist was he died recently. What was that guy who wrote the Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald? That was my parents' favorite dude. Canadian singer-songwriter. They love that guy. They had all of his albums, so I heard all of his stuff too. The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. That one. Who wrote that song? Gordon Lightfoot. Yep, that's it. Gordon Lightfoot. Yeah. So they had Gordon Lightfoot records too. I should open that to anyone who grew up when records were out. Do you remember your parents' record collection? Jefferson's wow, 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 yeah, airplane. Wow, 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 wow. There's something happening here. What it is? Come on, man. There's no question. There's no question. Come on, that. Who could not get down with that? How'd they even come up with that? That's airplane, right? All of this edge stuff, that'll all be, it needs to go through fat liquor and just be really broken. I feel like that's my next step with this to make it really nice. Get it down to where those other ones are. Take a rough section of it, kind of moisten it. Not that you all have buckskin laying around at home, but you may if you do this. Get a section wet, scrape the water out of it. Seems like it gets that smuts out. Get some of the rigidness out of that section. And what you want to do is you want to do this with fat liquor, because then the oil gets into the fibers. Those bonds there get filled with oils, and so you end up with a permanent softness imparted on the buckskin. That's why this is really an art, just the making of this material, this type of leather material. There's books on just buckskin, like whole books on it. Something happening here. That's what keys. What it is ain't exactly clear. Hey man, tag me. Make a thing and tag me in it. It's just a little by little process, man, of getting this thing to break for you and turn into a fabric, right? From like a raw, shush, hey. Oh, Lord. Joey over there being racist. My brother opened for Jones. My brother's band. I should say it's my band. I was actually in the band. But yeah. No, who cares? I mean, this is years ago. I don't live in the past. Joan Jett, nice lady. Buckskin, buckskin. This is what we're making, buckskin. So this, man, this is so soft. I can't wait to make this in the summer. Imagine you're out hunting. You're in your ghillie suit. Barely any skin is exposed at all. Got your buckskin. And the dogs around here are just making all the noise in the world, so nothing will come anywhere close to you. Right now, I'm scraping buckskin, CeeLo Sam. Thanks for subscribing. But yeah, we're making buckskin. This is buckskin right here. It's a very soft leather product, but this is made from a deer. That's what we're doing here with this one. For textile purposes. Hold on, let me go to what do you do? Let me see what go to channel. Let's see what CeeLo Sam does. Oh, you don't have content. My bad. Yeah, not much I can say about that. So like I make flip-flops. Here's one purpose, all right? Making myself a flip-flop. Making stuff from scratch. That's what it is, CeeLo. So hang out, man. You know? Oh, okay, that's a fair question. Then moccasins, garments, coats. Buckskin has been traditionally used for many, many breathable. It's a breathable leather, right? Because it's made with thin. Deerskin is fairly thin, strong, quiet, and it's good for really, like, it can do well in the cold too, but for cool weather, or if you're in the warm, if you're in a warm climate that doesn't require thick coats, it's a really good material for that. Historically in the United States, it was used, by many people. You see it throughout American history on the backs of many, many people. Yeah. This hide was roadkill. Actually, all the hides were roadkill here. All my deer hides here, officially. Yep. And then eventually it becomes a really, really soft, because all that leather is just collagen, right? So when what I've noticed is that the animals leave what you need behind, right? What you need is the collagen. They'll leave that behind. They don't want to eat that. Though we humans have like pig skins and stuff like that. They do eat that. If anybody wants to check out the song, hey man, yeah, there you go. Thank you, man. Posted it in my community. Appreciate you making that community post. Thanks so much for doing that, Luke. Let's check out my flip-flop here and see where we're at. So what we did today, after I did a top stitch or like a hem around it, and I struggled at some points. But what we did was then we took barge cement and we glued on this is going to be like a midsole. And then I'm going to take another one to show you what the other parts will kind of look like. This is not the piece. This is the other foot. But I'm going to take another piece of leather like that. It's going to be worked on here like this. I would like to have a rubber bottom, but I'm okay with having, a pleather. I have fake leather I can work with as well. That could help with some of that. Let me break a couple. I've got a couple of squirrel hides that need to be probably scraped a little bit, even though they're tan. They've got some schmutz on them. Take them over the well. How did I end up back there? Zulfi Stranger. Hey, bro. Good day. How you doing, brother? I'm well. Welcome, welcome. These are squirrels here. These are some of my more recent pieces. These were all done with tawing. So I did these with alum. This is my best one, I think. Y'all can see how pure that side is right here. Really proud of these. Actually came out really well. And then I left tails on as many of them as I could. This one took a shot. I had them ordered and graded from best to worst. This is probably second best right here. So best and second best, and then the others have imperfections on them that keep me from being able to use the whole thing. But with what I have, the lining for a pretty nice hat could be made, and I think that my next step is to take some raccoon, like to make the hat. I want to use these in conjunction with my raccoon. So somehow incorporate these as a lining or a rim for my raccoon hat. I seen these as a hood, a picture of them as a hood in a native garment. It was pretty amazing, man. It came all the way over the face to the eye area, and over the mouth and the ears. That's the thing about those hoods, and they were in three pieces. It's kind of hard to describe. Like, look at some of y'all's hoods. You'll notice with modern hoods, a hood is made with like two pieces like this, right? And then it's supposed to hold your head. But like the Eskimos, they make their hoods with three pieces. So there's a back panel. That back panel is key, I think, to providing that shell, that warmth. Pelado, welcome, welcome, welcome. Can't stick around long, but glad I finally caught you live. We're glad to have you. Oak Ridge, welcome. That's awesome, man. He says, brother Calvin, I'm interested in making jeans and dress pants. I'm interested in that too, Zolfi. I like to tailor my own clothes too. I'm not gonna lie to you. That stuff does interest me as well, for sure. So stick around, Zolfi. You never know, man. I've been considering that for a long time, being able to be adept enough with sewing that I can make my own clothes around just all my own clothes. So thanks for coming, man. And I'm glad they sent you here. They got you in the right algorithm, I think. We do all sorts of this stuff here, from woodwork to leather work to making to tanning to all of that stuff. This is a fully fledged, it's a messy ass workshop. If you looked around here, I've got chests over there and a flow hood over there, fans, I've got stuff everywhere, soap making materials, candles, all kinds of stuff. Yeah. Welcome, Oak Ridge. Hey, we just take it step by step. So one of the next things that I want to do is oh wow, I'm looking at my wood bender over there, and that PVC is actually bent on that. That's a video. My video's been kind of doing well. My wood bending video, for me. Oh, by the way, I don't mind shouting my own praises on this. I recently got over 1,000 views on my first long form video. I never had a long form video that did over 1,000 views. That's a thing for me. I know for some of y'all, you got 20K views on your long forms, but I don't have that. So my video recently, my bending wood at home with a PVC pipe video, that video went over 1,000 just the other day, and that was like a big deal to me because I have not had that success I've had pitiful long form videos since I started. No, it's not. I actually can't see. I'm wearing glasses because I can't see, Roy. Like these I probably shouldn't have on now because I use them for the little stuff. These are cheap reading glasses that come in like a 12 pack. I need severe help with my right eye, but I don't have medical insurance, Roy, so I can't just go get an eye exam. You could probably look and see that my eye is not right. But glad to hear from you, Roy. Glad you're here. How's everybody? Give us an update. Well, no, this video came out a few months ago, so give it time, and it wasn't. It was one of my better ones, but it didn't do the best of all of my long forms. I didn't have music in it. It wasn't my favorite video that I made. I did take some time on it. I A/B tested titles on it, if that means anything to you. I had one that was like steam bending wood in a PVC pipe, right? And then one was steam bending wood at home. That's the one that did the best. So keep that in mind when you title your videos, that people like simple stuff. I think like, steam bending wood at home. I'm on my next video will probably be entitled tan your own leather at home or something like to that effect. I'm going live to keep the community building. I probably should just focus on long forms and make sure, but I want to keep building. I want to go live. Going live is not, I enjoy it. I'll own that. I'll own the fact that there is something to me to going live that I like, that does something for me. But that doesn't mean I want to piss in the wind for the rest of my life, right? I want to do something that's productive. So the long form videos are productive, theoretically. And I need these to read the chat. I cannot read the chat without these. One of my train videos is close to 400 views, and it's only been up for almost a month now. That's pretty good, man. It takes time. That's correct. Mike said, I recently broke up with a girl with a lazy eye because we couldn't see eye to eye. I knew it was a lie when Mike said he broke up with a girl. But Zolfie Stranger said, I am also pleased to be here, Miss Heather. Thank you so much. Pilata said, daughter is doing much better. She got extubated on Sunday, but her voice was inaudible. Also, she basically couldn't move. Now she's able to move a little bit and whisper a few words at a time. That's great, man. I'm glad to hear that. And yes, it takes that voice box some time to recover. It's a lot of stress there. Thank you to everybody for being here. Thanks for checking out my squirrels with me. They will be used. Everything I do is used. Everything here is used. We don't waste things. I don't have a WhatsApp number, man. But you can always email me at dadsworkshopcalvin@yahoo.com. dadsworkshopcalvin@yahoo.com, Zolfie, and we can communicate on that through that. Mike Osborne says, my girlfriend is 32. Ooh. My girlfriend's 32. Mike, you always trying to flex, man. Are you always trying to flex for? Don't flex. Her sister has stayed with her at the hospital the last couple nights, which she probably prefers to me being there, and they were reporting that she was smiling and laughing earlier today. As soon as they got you out of there, Pilato, everything just like they had a party. I'm just kidding. Let's get Roy out of here. I mean, gosh. Mike said he got Riz. Oh, Lord. You got that skibbity Riz? Is that what they call it? Oh. It's another word that they use that's silly. Silly words. Silly words that they use. Silly words from silly folks. Dad, I need a strap. I don't know if I spelled that right. Cedar, did you send your address? I'll send you one. We've got all our stuff ready. It's shipping out shortly. It's in a huge box so nobody can mess with it and it doesn't get all skunked up. So we got everything. Yes, I know what you're talking about. But you got my email. Send it to dadsworkshopcalvin@yahoo.com. And your address, Cedar, and I'll send you a strap or two. Technically, they say it needs to be like 2 inches wide. That's a little bit wider than what, I mean, that's kind of expensive, a large amount of leather. But I'll do it like an inch and a half. I made everybody like chain straps basically, but I can send you one that's just kind of some buckskin that I'll flatten out and fold over. You just need some space to you know, swipe your blade across it. Really, you just need some surface area. That's good. That's good. You got a 6,000 stone. Wow, that's real polish. Yeah, you're lucky you got us before. We're lazy and didn't get stuff out because we would have almost have already shipped it out, man. I want to get everything to anyone who sends me their coordinates. So thank you for being here. Love y'all. Appreciate you. We'll be back again tomorrow. This is Dad's workshop. Please do something for yourself. Make something creative, but most importantly, do the next right thing and take care of the people around you. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Thanks everybody for being here. Oak Ridge. Shout out Oak Ridge. Sorry that I cut off early yesterday, man. If you're still in here. Take care, y'all. And oh, let me read that. I didn't even read this chat. Mike said, I'm glad I'm past my whole drown my emotions crap I was on. Now I'm enjoying for the right reasons. Hey, hit that like button, y'all. Get me on out of here with some likes. Appreciate you. Take care, y'all.